Hello and welcome everybody to yet another evening of the Yard Red Festival, a charity event where all the ticket sales will 100% go to the Red Cross to just help the Ukrainian refugees because, well, if you haven't followed the news, the situation is pretty damn dire there. But not only is this for charity, the teams are also going to play for something, a $5,000 prize pool, $5,000 prize pool, all in all, up for grabs. It's the upper bracket, round number 2, as in the quarterfinals pretty much. Goomba Gaming versus Virtus Pro in a best of 3 series. We of course are Refla TV, your English coverage. I'm Coucher and I am joined by Mike Lores. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. The winner of this game does go on to round 3, where their opponent are going to be the Hellraisers. So that should be an interesting matchup regardless. But this is one of the more interesting drafts that I've seen. Mag and Medusa being banned out very early, and then Io Bristleback very quickly picked up from VP. So, Io Bristleback is a pretty decent combo. That's the pair of the Wisp, but it's rather early for it.
It definitely is, although I guess some teams, for example, maybe Team Secret as well, just the No-Tail IO or Big Daddy IO as he's now called. And to be honest, Virtus Pro, do you think it's IO Bristleback? I've seen a couple of dual mid lanes with this combination, especially in the Radiant side. IO's just stacking up the jungle. First of all, you clear the trees and double stack. But do you think we're going to see another combination with the IO? And if, then what may it be?
I really don't think it's going to be anything else but Io Bristleback. Like, you could go for potentially stronger matchups or pairings with the Tiny or something like that, but Io Bristleback is pretty strong, and they really heavily prioritize this, so I don't really think they're going to split these two up. It should be an Io Bristleback, and it's a pretty good combination, and it seems like Goomba Gaming, they have the same read, but a Necrophos now being picked up. This is going to be a very interesting game.
Oh man, you just got to love how Goblak drafts. He always just thinks outside the box. Definitely doesn't follow the mainstream metagame pretty much. And so far I think Virtus Pro Polar, they've had mixed success. Of course, there are so many strong teams out there at the moment, and it's in a stage where Dota at the moment more or less anybody can win, at least, especially when it should be best of ones. Goomba, of course, they're a pretty good team themselves. They took down Team Ghost to get to this quarterfinals. Virtus Pro, they kind of had almost no resistance in the form of Compass Gaming, just easy 2-0 for them. But a 3-end pick for Goomba, is this too passive? And just Living Armor, is it gonna be strong enough?
I don't know. It's definitely going to be useful for Faceless Void, but VP, they have just so many defensive and offensive heroes, if that makes any sense. Like, Necrophos could put out some serious damage while keeping everyone alive. Bristleback puts out serious damage while keeping himself alive. This is something that kind of indicates just a huge death ball lineup from VP, just because they have so much sustain and tankiness. Like, they have heals galore. Like, Abaddon, Io, that is a crazy combo. Add a Necrophos onto that, and it gets pretty ridiculous. And now VP's ban of the Ancient Apparition makes so much sense. Like, it is usually a terrifying hero, but up against what VP have right now, if Goomba got their hands on an AA, VP would just fall apart.
Oh, that is so true. Oh god. It could have been really devastating to the strategy of Virtus Pro. Of course, the Faceless Void Ancient Apparition combo is pretty strong in itself as well. But oh god. This strategy would have gotten crushed just by that one hero pretty much. But of course, Goomba, they went for a Troll. I think Goomba were one of the first teams to actually start running the Troll Warlord. Just surprising everybody with a Troll mid and kind of crushing the matchup rather often as well. But Troll and Faceless Void, I guess they can work well together because Faceless Void just needs attack speed to get additional time locks going. As wow, a Zeus as well. Oh god, Virtus Pro. It's just a beauty to watch.
It's happening, guys. It really is happening. Zeus is the last pick. I mean, when you have the 4 heroes that VP had, you kind of can't go vanilla for your last. Like, it's just not a possibility. So getting a Zeus is going to give VP just so much early game power. Their lanes are really going to be the weakest part of their game, as their support crew is Abaddon, Io. Not exactly the most reliable supports, as they can't really do anything in lane except for pull and hope to not die. So VP, if they get over the hump of their really terrible early game, then their mid game is terrifying. A Zeus Necrophos Bristleback is quite a lot of damage, and when you back it up with so much healing, Goomba, they are honestly a little bit damage light to deal with this. Like, they need a lot more burst damage, and that's not really what they have right now.
Maybe with their last pick they can pick something up. So far, Faceless Void can go either into the offlane or just be the safe lane farmer. They can even send troll safe lane and just still pick up a mid laner as well, so they're a little bit flexible as far as that's concerned. But what just burst heavy heroes are there? You know, I guess something like a Queen of Pain might be a possibility.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty good. There are no other heroes, unfortunately, that have anti-healing, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, Queen of Pain does sound pretty good right now. Invoker might not be too bad either. If you know the enemy's going to be deathballing, then the AoE of your skills is going to be very useful. And versus Zeus, the matchup is pretty decent. So, I don't know. Goomba, they just need to make sure to pick up Burst. Otherwise, shielding and everything like that is going to really wreck them. Silencer, not really the hero I had in mind.
It can work to some extent, but it just means now all of a sudden that you're gonna have to kind of get rid of the enemy within that global silence. Because if they survive the global silence and start throwing out their heals, they have so much sustain all of a sudden. Oh god, this silencer, it can work out, but it feels to me that they're just so heavily reliant on getting the global silence, but it's a pretty damn long cooldown.
Yeah, and if VPs survive that, then very quickly they'll be back up to full HP. Mech on VP is going to be an absolute necessity. Usually it's Necrophos going to go for that item. Might be a little bit different in this game, but you know, who knows? They have such a janky lineup that they could honestly go for anything, and you could make the argument that it is the correct way to go, but this is going to be a game where VP have kind of put themselves on a clock voluntarily. They know that they have to end the game, or at least get a decisive advantage pretty early on, or else they're just going to straight up lose.
It's kind of like that. I guess you can always still do some late game turnarounds with just the Aghanim Scepter Necrophos, making it so that there's no buyback or something, but to introduce the lineups as well, for Goomba, RMN will be playing the Troll Warlord, might just stay in the mid lane here as well as Kasha, the stand-in on the tree, and Chill playing the Faceless Void with Kupe on the Vengeful, and the last one will be ED on the Silencer as they smoke up.
And on VP, we have the Mastermind, Go Black, going to be playing the Abaddon. He's going to run into a whole bunch of angry Goomba heroes. Magic Missile to open up. Where's the Leech Seed? There it is. No other CC effects, and he's going to shield himself. There's the Time Walk and the Whirling Axes. That's going to be Abaddon's death. As the Silencer to draw first blood, a little bit more intelligence to start this game. Not a terrible start by any means for Goomba, pretty good. Other heroes on VP, we got DK Phobos on the Necrophos. Going to go solo top, potentially. Scandal's going to be handling the mid lane Zeus, and that leaves Lil on the Io on the bottom lane, along with Illidan's Bristleback.
So they're going for kind of maybe dual lanes at the moment. We really don't know where Goblak is going yet, although I would think he's going to go with DK Phobos to the top side as Kasha. Just uses a lead sheet and backs off Tether onto the IO as well. Easy escape, but Goomba off to a pretty good start getting the first blood like that. It's not a disaster, I mean, first blood, it's bound to happen at some point anyway. Silencer getting it, I guess you can just afford boots a little bit earlier on the support. Intelligence stolen though, to be honest, it's a pretty big deal if you're an Abaddon because your mana pool kind of sucks really.
Yeah, and any sort of intelligence that you give away to the Silencer is more damage that you're going to be facing down the line. So VP, they already start this off in a less than ideal fashion, and they really are just going to be, again, turtling up for this early stage. DK Phobos versus Chill is going to be a fine matchup, but I don't know if VP can get much done on this bottom lane. Bristleback is an extremely potent laner, and he has a lot of backup, so he might not die, but they will be poked at very heavily, and they cannot really prevent the Silencer from farming.
Oh, is it actually a core Silencer or core Vengeful? I mean, itemization wise, can't really tell all that much. I think ED is the support and Vengeful will be the core, going for the Ring of Protection just into Aquila or something. So, what? I don't even know. Do you have any indication like who's gonna be the core here in this tri lane? Everybody's trying to get some farming on the tree end.
Yeah, no core. 3 heroes just fighting over CS. I mean, usually at this point they would have one hero who's like kind of ahead in CS, but they're fighting over it and they're splitting it rather evenly, which is kind of weird, but it's just going to be a little bit more confusing. I mean, all these heroes are going to do decent with farm. Really, it's the levels that they want. So get level 6 on the Silencer, get level 6 on the VS, and levels on Kasha not as important, but at the end of the day, they're shutting down Illidan. So, you know, what more can you ask for?
Oh, they're all good comrades. They they don't care if they have to share at the moment. But looks like everybody has made their way from Virtus Pro Polar to the bottom side as well here. So it's going to be a tri-lane versus tri-lane, although Goomba's just a little bit more explosive. Abaddon and Ayok just kind of passive laners, I want to say, just focusing on keeping people alive. Of course, Bristleback should have enough damage with the Quill Sprays if you can actually stack them up. Although Goomba, I think, once they see Bristleback coming aggressive, they should just back off and should be fine.
So with VP's lineup, they obviously want to make some pretty big mid-game plays. They don't have any heroes that go for Blink Dagger or anything like that, so what do you think is going to be that trigger moment where they just decide to go and make something happen?
I think it just might already be, to be honest, when a mech gets finished, for example on the Bristleback. Mech should be enough sustain as, oh yeah, he's gonna get stunned, Cupane, no follow-up, otherwise than just having the first magic missile. But I really think just maybe get the mech, get the level 6 on the Zeus as well as the Necrophos and kind of try to snowball, of course, so far. Illidan, with the kind of farm he's getting on this bottom side, this mech might be heavily delayed.
Yeah, this is going to be unfortunate for VP as they have so much healing, so they're not 100% reliant on mech, but healing only gets better when you have even more healing, so it's not like it has any diminishing returns there. They're going to have to make some plays happen eventually. Even DK Phobos is getting quite a lot of farm. He's actually completely shutting down the Faceless Void up on top lane, level 4 versus level 4. And it's sure it's fairly even there, but the Necrophos is dominating the CS. It's kind of to be expected. Faceless Void is an okay laner if he's up against another melee hero, but Necrophos is no slouch, and he will punish your Faceless Void solo lane.
Yeah, and so far, looking at the mid lane as well, Troll, he's up in the last hits, which I guess makes sense. His Zeus, bad attack range, bad attack animation as well. You're just gonna have to use Arc Lighting to farm up mostly, but the more levels Zeus gets, for example if he hits at level 5, gets the level 3 Lightning Bolt, it's gonna be so hard for a Troll to stay on lane, especially since he actually didn't go for a bottle, but oh, Illidan, he wants to go aggressive, going for the Vengeful Spirit, but the turnaround is there onto the IO at the same time. A Photic Shield keeps him alive for a little while, but the last word with a few right clicks, ED gets himself another kill. Kasha might be in some trouble, 2 stacks of Quill Spray, will they get the kill? Make it 3 stacks, I think Illidan actually will have what it takes. Golblack gonna get stunned up as well, leaving armor, never mind Illidan. He's gonna have to back off, they're gonna go for Golblack instead. But, once again, the turnaround is there, Cupane, one more Quill Spray, Illidan, he's gonna get the kill. For sure, Kasha, not gonna get chased down or easy. Magic Stick, it's just keeping Illidan running for so damn long. If you want Quill Sprays, one more right click. Yes, they get it with the Mist Coil. So in the end, I think it was a 2-for-1.
Oh, that's 3. Zeus is going to snipe Treant Protector, trying to hide amongst some neutrals for whatever reason, and Scandal's going to walk away with that kill pretty easily for the side of VP, and the fight recap a little bit late, so unfortunately I don't know the exact tally of that, but VP, they get a whole lot more than I really expected. The Bristleback was left untouched. The Goomba side were constantly trying to go for the supports, which is, you know, generally a pretty good idea, but Illidan got so many stacks of Quills off, and these are only level 2 Quills, but they were chunking Goomba down so heavily. Really, Goomba, they have to make sure that they address this Bristleback, as he just ran all over them, and they couldn't do anything about it.
I can understand that you want to blow up the Abaddon at the very least. Don't think it's all that necessary to deal with the IO at the moment. It's not like he has a bottle or something to just get that massive regeneration going. Abaddon, though, with their 40 shields, just dispelling debuffs and whatnot might be a little bit of a bigger issue. But after that, they just allowed the Bristleback not only to roam around freely, they allowed for him to just get multiple usages of the Magic Stick. It just came off cooldown, just because the chase was going on for so long. It just gave him so much extra mana to get the Quill Sprays. He was out of mana at least twice during that engagement.
Top lane is going to be initiation onto DK Phobos. With the Living Armor protecting the Faceless Void and the Battle Trance amplifying his attack speed, that's a pretty easy kill. And it's even the Silencer to rotate in and get a little bit of intelligence off of that.
Oh, Golblack comes in as well, just pops a Mist Coil into chill. Level 3 Abaddon making a level 6 Faceless Void back off. That's something you don't see every day. Does have some tangos, got one share to him, although does he really stay on lane with this? Oh, Thunder God's Wrath, not gonna be enough, just barely though, about 40 HP remaining.
Yeah, Scandal was charging for his Arcane Boots and he wanted that mana, but now he's gonna run straight into a Vengeful Spirit. He's gonna make some distance, but I don't think it's gonna be enough as the Whirling Axe will slow him down. Second Whirling Axe is doing the damage, and then Zeus is just going to be a bloody splotch on the floor. The heroes might run into Golblack as well. Although, I mean, even if they don't want to go for him, they still got a free kill on the Zeus. And really, this stage is not really where VP Polar are at their strongest yet. They need a couple more items, a couple more levels. So, Goomba, they're buying themselves a lot of space right now. And that's certainly going to be very useful.
It certainly is. And, well, at least Necrophos, he has the power threats finished. A little bit tankier. Has enough mana for the ultimate. Actually, he's chasing down ED at the moment. Never mind, Living Armor comes out and Silencer. He's going to be fast enough. Necrophos, movement speed's pretty bad. 340 with just the boots. Power threats even finished up. But Cupane on the Vengeful, he wants to come in. They want to get another easy kill onto the Necrophos. They don't have the Chronosphere. A Time Walk might be enough though, I think. Come on, Time Walk. No, Magic Missile to begin with. The Silence to come out as well and just should be an easy kill.
Yeah, Yeah, he is going to get only one pulse out, but when the Vengeful Spirit's right on top of you, it's already really too late to save yourself. So DK Phobos going to take his second death in this game, and Go Black a little bit too late to that party, unfortunately, as his shielding probably would have been enough for the Necrophos to survive. Unfortunately for VP, that's how it's going to play out, and Goomba, they're finding a nice early game advantage right now, and they're stopping VP before their lineup can really get anything going. Again, this is a very snowball-heavy, kind of death ball-ish lineup, and if you aren't getting your levels, if you're not getting your farm, then it's going to be a little bit longer where you're going to delay that push, and that means that Goomba are going to be farming up. Their Troll Warlord is getting quite a bit. Their Faceless Void is not getting that much, which is kind of the bad thing, but hell, everyone else on Goomba is doing pretty decently.
They're just farming kills at the moment, although I have to say it's really the last hits. The Troll is the only one doing well, and they've left the Treant of all heroes to be on the bottom side. Oh, they're gonna find DK Phobos again. He gets the Chrono onto both. Abaddon can't help out at all. They need to burst down DK Phobos though before the Photic Shield. There's the Photic Shield, never mind. It doesn't matter in the Scandal though. He arrives. Mist Coil into chill. He gets the time walk away. Oh god, can they chase anybody down with the Tether movement speed?
They might catch the Vengeful Spirit. She's getting body blocked a little bit. Yeah, Scandal's definitely going to close the distance, dump a whole bunch of lightning into the VS. Scandal's taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down to the Silencer. More intelligence stolen by Edie. Now it's going to be Lil as well. That's a double kill for the Silencer. He's stolen 14 intelligence 8 minutes into the game. That's insane. They only get the Vengeful Spirit, and they sacrifice another 2 supports. VP, they're crumbling right now.
First of all, really good Chronosphere, clipping the Abaddon as well. Without that, Abaddon just getting the Mist Coil and the Photic Shield off, I think Necrophos would have escaped, or maybe turned it around even with the Reaper side. But I think the Abaddon chasing, I think he was chasing the Vengeful Spirit, I want to say. He should have gone in to help to get the Silencer, get the Photic Shield, and oh, the swap onto the Bristleback under the tower. Leechy to slow him down. What a beautiful play by the Vengeful. And Silencer, support or core, we don't really know, but he picks up a Hand of Midas.
Alright, so no matter what, he's going to be playing as a quote-unquote core. The kill on the Bristleback is, I think, the only hero on VP who has yet to die. Yeah, that is indeed true. And he's been farming very, very well for the VP side, shutting him down as well as shutting down everyone else. Goomba, they're just getting everything going for them right now. And it looks like VP, they're done with this. They're done with getting picked off one at a time. They're ready to fight. I don't really know if it's going to be seriously the case, as they are going to leave the mid lane after assembling there, so maybe not. They're going to wait for a little while longer, but they can't really get anything done anywhere else. They're going to try to go for the bottom lane, but instantly the Overgrowth is out, and they can't do anything. They just have to let them go unless they really want chill, and they do really want chill. The movement speed plus the Snot is going to slow chill down quite a bit. Here's the living armor. It's not going to be doing enough as Thunder God's Wrath does kill him off. Lil is taking quite a bit of damage though. Illidan is doing even more with the Quills stacking up so very high. 2 stacks on the Chain Protector, and he's not going to be able to juke this one out. He doesn't have invisibility, and he will be brought down by Illidan. Now going to set his sights towards the Vengeful Spirit. He's going to swap back Scandal, get the kill, but that's going to be an ultra kill for Illidan.
God, Bristleback just... First of all, I think Goomba, they took that fight pretty badly. They should have just let the Faceless Void die and be done with it, I think. Instead, they chose to just make it so that another 3 heroes will die. At the very least, Troll will, or was farming up at the same time. Went for a Hand of Midas off his own as well. To be honest, I'm not too sure how fond of I am with them just going for double Midas at the moment. They had a pretty good early lead, but this just might buy enough time for just Virtus.pro to start fighting back, like we already saw as well.
Yeah, I think I would rather like to see them pick up items, just items that could allow them to fight earlier on, more cost-effective items, and just rely on their heroes' latent abilities in order to carry the late game. You don't really need accelerated Midas farm in this game, at least not in my opinion. So they're going to go for it, and certainly gold is very helpful as long as they're not punished. But VP's lineup, even though they have been set a little bit behind, they have the type of lineup that can punish Midases so aggressively. Like, they'll just push your towers and do exactly what we saw in the bottom lane, just wreck you with the Bristleback, and Hands of Midas is not going to help you against a Bristleback.
Definitely not. To be honest, sometimes Trolls even go for something like a mech. Would have kind of preferred that even to the Hand of Midas. So it just really delays their battle effectiveness, whereas they know that Polar, they're going to go for the early game negation. I guess Goomba, they're like, you were just going to take this to the late game, turtle it out. With the global silence in the Chronosphere, it's definitely going to be hard for Virtus.pro to break high ground. It's not like they have any massive sieging heroes or anything.
Yeah, so right now, it's going to be each team farming for their respective items. Goomba, they want as many items as they can get, whereas VP, they have mech, I want to say completed, pretty much completed, almost completed, onto DK Phobos. It's going to be a little while longer before he fully has that, but no, they're about ready to go, I think. I mean, Illidan has drums completed. He already has shown that he is capable of, 1v4ing when he's being left pretty much alone. Go Black on the Abaddon. Zeus played by Scandal. They're not actually going to get that much stronger. They're going to go for Gastro down in the bottom lane. Illidan, though, taking quite a bit of damage. Now the Chronosphere is out. Lil's going to get beaten down. That's going to be the death of the IO for sure. And Illidan, how tanky is he? He has the drums. He's already popped them. And he will not be able to escape this many heroes. Chill's going to secure that kill. That's going to be a double down on the bottom lane. And VP, once again, getting picked off where they don't actually have everyone. Whereas Goomba, they've assembled everyone, or almost everyone, down this bottom lane.
Usually, you don't want to go just fight like that with the IO pairing. Usually, you want to relocate in while the others are fighting. But oh, Arman is gonna go melee. Never mind, not gonna go aggressive onto Goblack. But excellent fight, ending the dominating streak of the Bristleback as well. Faceless Void getting both kills there, I think. So, just as Virtus Pro were gaining some kind of momentum, they were stopped just because of their own over-aggression.
They had to make sure to not go out and do things one or two heroes at a time. I mean, the IO Bristleback could usually feel comfortable doing that. And now they're going to go in onto the mid lane, relocate in. RMN is off to the south, though. He's going to make a lot of distance, but it's going to be easy to take the scythe, and he's going to go down very easily. RMN now going to try to go for Lil. This will be a kill that they can take, but at what cost? Now Gash is in a lot of trouble as well. Living Armor not going to do jack. The invisibility might get him out here, but now with sentries being planted, and I think just blind Quill Spray should be enough to get this kill. Illidan just needs one more Quill Spray. There it is. Kills off the tree. It's going to be a 4 for only the IO. Now that's the type of fight that VP can take when they're all grouped up.
I have to say, Goomba still though, they could have just disengaged there. Everybody, or most everybody, was just trying to chase down the troll. Either let the troll die, or just maybe when the troll makes it out there. They just went for the fight, and not only do they lose 4 heroes, they lose the tower as well. I really don't think why Goomba are so insistent to fight when they don't have the Chronosphere and the Global Silence ready.
Yeah, it doesn't really make that much sense. There's no reason to. And VP, I guess they're just forcing fights knowing that their enemies are going to be down without their ultimates, which is the thing that you're supposed to do. And if they could continue doing that, then they'll be able to benefit pretty highly. But at the same time, the enemies are going to have their ultimates at some point. So you're going to have to fight into them, and they're going to have to rely so heavily on their healing, and hopefully for Global Silence not to come at the perfect time. The mech is the only thing that they really have in order to counter the Global Silence, and that's just such a soft counter that I don't even know if I could call it a counter.
Well, at least it will help out with something. Scandal up to 1.8k gold. Do you think the Zeus is gonna go for a Blink Dagger now or Force Staff?
I think if you're holding this much gold on Zeus, it's got to be a Blink Dagger.
And do you agree with the idea, or would a Force Staff be just a little bit more universal, help out, just get your teammates out of bad positions, or is the Blink just fine?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, at this point, Zeus you would expect to be just dominating the entire game, and he's not quite there yet. So he's going to be falling off no matter what. I do think Blink Dagger in general is a better Zeus item, but because he's not having this amazing start, then I think Force Staff is just better for the team overall. So we'll see if he actually decides to go for the Force Staff. I mean, he could pick up most of the parts right now if he wants to, but he's not. So it's going to be almost certainly a Blink Dagger. They're going to push up the top lane. They don't have their Zeus with them. That's a lot of magic damage missing, but here we go. VP are going to teleport everyone up to this top lane, and they're going to look to take this tower. Goomba, they have Chronosphere, they have Global Silence, and they have Ode Growth. If VP can take this fight throughout all of that, then they're going to be so easily able to take down the rest of the towers.
I somehow have a feeling that they can actually just brute force their way through pretty much every single tower. Chronosphere, unless it's kind of like hitting 3 heroes or something, I think Virtus Pro, they should even be fine. They just don't have the highest damage output themselves really at the moment. Troll, all well and good, has actually level 2 Battle Trance, definitely gonna help out the Faceless Void's damage output. But there's no Maelstrom finish yet. Or actually, just to say that it's gonna fly out as they're gonna go for TK Phobos maybe, but the relocate is coming in. There's little immediate Global Silence with that Overgrowth as well. But that's 2 ultimates purely defensively.
Yeah, it's a pure disengaged Global Silence, and I don't even know if it's going to be working because Illidan still wants in. Now he's going to think better of it. He's going to back off, but that's a pretty huge win for VP. They make an aggressive play down towards the mid lane, and they don't actually get punished. They get quite a lot of ultimates pulled out, in fact, so that was nothing but wins for them. They do have to worry about Chill on the bottom lane, who's been pushing that out, which is kind of annoying for VP, but I don't think it's going to be annoying enough to stop this death ball. They want more towers, and it looks like mid is going to be the objective. Knowing Global Silence is down, as well as Overgrowth, they could very easily just snowball into the rest of the towers, I think, until those cooldowns come back again.
Oh god, BKB on Bristleback. How the hell? I guess Goomba, they have a pretty nice amount of physical damage in theory with the Battle Trance and just the right clicks. Whether they will be able to just apply it properly and just hit the Bristleback without the Bristleback doing anything about it, or his team helping out, it's going to be fine. But this Bristleback, he is almost 2,000 net worth ahead of the next highest one. They are literally just brute forcing tower after tower, and I have to say the correct decision. They still have the Blink Zeus with a level 2 Thundergod's Wrath.
I mean, this is what their lineup is designed to do. They have so much healing that they're just going to keep constantly put Illidan straight into the front lines. He has quite a few strength items as well, so he's inherently tanky even without all this additional sustain being thrown his way. So if Goomba want to start a fight, then VP are going to be more than happy to oblige. But if Goomba don't want to start the fight, then hey, it's a free tower going the way of VP, and that's a pretty nice win for them as well. All they need is a creep wave, but hell, do they even need a creep wave? Illidan is just so tanky right now with so many heroes giving him health that he could honestly just tank this tower by himself. And Goomba, they are not willing to defend this. I don't think they can without Global Silence.
They probably can't. I guess if you can get like a 5-man chrono, you can always defend, kind of. But even then, I still fear a little bit for their damage output. They have maxed out Wave of Terror, definitely gonna help out. -6 armor onto everybody. And some lags, hopefully nothing too major. But Virtus.pro, to be honest, their lineup so far, or at the moment, it's working out exactly as intended. Although looking at the graphs, XP still favoring Goomba by about 1500. And net worth 1000 in Virtus.pro's favor, but they need to be snowballing and ending this game early. There's just... I guess you can still win the late game as well, since throws and whatnot can happen, and Goomba, they're not doing that hot so far. But I would still be worried for them if it actually gets to late game.
Yeah, the late game is what they want to try to avoid. They're going to go very aggressively towards Chill. Thundergod's Wrath was already used, and the long-range Chain Lightning, or Arc Lightning rather, going to kill off the Faceless Void. That is a kill that should not be happening for Goomba. The Faceless Void time walked out, and that's a level 4. You don't expect a Zeus to give that much chase, but hey, he went for it, and he got paid off, and now Faceless Void is down. No Chronosphere is obviously going to be on the field. They've taken down the Tier 2 tower, and they have their eyes set now towards the bottom lane, currently being pushed out by DK Phobos. Goomba, I mean, they can't defend their mid lane Tier 2. They're sure as hell not going to defend their bottom lane Tier 1, and I think this might just be the rest of the towers. VP, they're so strong right now. Like, this is their lineup at its peak. 20 minutes in, they have all the healing items. They have BKB and Bristleback still at 10 seconds. And Goomba, they have to make a defense. Global Silence will be available, as will all the other ultimates. So if ever they're going to make a defense, it's going to be right now.
They really can't afford to just hang around. Maybe they are really like, oh, we're going to give away all the outer towers and defend high ground if it comes to that. But if you're going to lose all the outer towers, you're going to lose so much map control, plus you're giving away so much global gold for Virtus.pro to just get their next set of items. I'm not too sure if that's the smartest decision, but look at this Scandal. He's smoked up. He's hunting for any stragglers, just anybody who comes in from the side. Are they going to jump QP, Vengeful? Yeah, you better back off. There's just nothing to do. And mid lane, Goomba, they're just grouped up as they were literally standing on top of each other at some point. And looks like they really are just willing to give away all the outer towers.
They can't really do much about this. If they start a fight, it'll be so sketchy. They have to worry about a BKB Bristleback, which is so incredibly dangerous. The problem is that, you know, all the towers have been taken down for Goomba, and usually you could say like, okay, well, that's pretty much that's it. And we could farm from here on out, but I don't think VP are going to just stop at that. They're pinging out Roshan, and that's just what I was going to say. Roshan is going to be a pretty easy objective for VP. They do have to worry about a whole lot of AoE skills in that Roshan pit, which is not exactly the best of times, but with Bristleback being able to pretty much solo it, given that he will be able to receive a little bit of healing here and there, he could put out some serious harm to Roshan, and Goomba, their hand is going to be forced now into a fight. So VP, one way or another, are going to get what they want.
If they go for Roshan now, it would have gone even faster since Wave of Terror actually came out to scout from the Vengeful Spirit as well at the same time. They're not gonna go for it though, since grouped up in the Roche pit, up against the Chronosphere, definitely not the most favorable position for Virtus.pro if they have any say about it, but Eul Scepter finished on Abaddon now. Gonna be able to use it just either defensively on himself, maybe throw up the Faceless Void, or even the Troll Warlord for that matter, who has an SNY finish now. So Hand of Midas is slowly starting to just pay off for themselves as Illidan. Oh, not gonna be fast enough, but oh, there's the Chrono only onto the IO. But I guess at this point, they're really gonna take any kill they can.
But Illidan's not going to give that up without a fight. He's going to try to go for Armen. Going to give up because he's TPing out, and now here comes Chill's TP out. They're going to interrupt this Troll's TP with Scandal's Eul Scepter. No, the Abaddon's Eul Scepter, rather. That's going to be killing to Armen. They do let the Faceless Void get away, but at least they get something in exchange for their IO, and it's a pretty substantial kill as well. A Troll who's level 14, who's absolutely stacked, is always worth killing off, and well, where are they heading to right now? It looks like they actually want to push high ground or go for Roshan off of this. They're going to leave the top lane as is. I would have gone for a top lane tier 2 tower, but it looks like VP, they have bigger targets in sights, as it's going to be jump in from Chill, but he doesn't have a Chronosphere. They're going to go straight for DK. Phobos can take quite a bit of damage, but he has mech, and he has a whole bunch of healing right behind him as well. He's going to survive now. Here comes Illidan, has a BKB, but he's going to wait for the overgrowth. There it is. He's going to pop it instantly, go for that silencer. Global silence. Are you going to pop it, silencer? Are you going to? Because it's getting a little bit late. He's going to get swapped out, but I don't think he's going to survive. One more Quill Spray will kill him off, or one more hit. There he goes. Now Cupid is in a little bit of trouble. He's going to throw the magic missile, but Illidan is, he can't be stopped. Like, the shield's on him, this Wisp is on him, everything is on him. That's going to be 3 down. Going to get relocated back just a little bit, but this tier 3 is now in trouble. And Goomba, they are in so much shit right now.
I'm pretty sure they're regretting that solo Chronosphere onto the IO right about now. Not only because, well, it's Chronosphere only for a support, also that Troll Warlord Titer. Oh god, it's suddenly so bad, Illidan. He's back to full HP, he has plenty of mana to work with. Tier 3 almost down already. Leech it, actually, suddenly he's taking a lot of damage. No Battle Trance even activated, chill. 10 more seconds for the Chronosphere. I think they're just gonna lose Rax here. Maybe with the Global Silence they can jump in, but oh, never mind. Virtus Pro, they're actually backing off.
VP, they're making a responsible decision. They know that they're going to be running dry, and they're going to be facing up into a less than ideal fight without the BKB on the Bristleback. So there's no reason to stay around right now. I mean, there's reasons to stay around in 10 seconds so the BKB will be up again, and I think that's exactly what VP are gearing up to do. If they could get right on top of the Silencer, then that could be another easy kill, and then if Silencer doesn't have buyback, which he does have, and he'll be forced to use it.
Well,
VP,
there's Aghanim's Reaper Scythe now for Necrophos, so buyback might not even just make a difference, or having the buyback in theory.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge nail in Goomba's coffin if it actually does land. Landing it is the hard part, as killing off a Silencer, getting close with Silencer at half HP is going to be difficult, but hell, they take down a tier 3 tower, pretty much uncontested, put a little bit of damage onto the Rax, but it will not stick because of living armor. They're now going to rotate around and maybe clear off the bottom lane, or maybe just go for a Roshan. Goomba, they really can't take fights. Like, we've seen the result of all these fights for them, and really it hasn't gone well for just so long.
I really feel still like Goomba, maybe they gave a little bit too much time for Virtus Pro to just get their core items, get the core levels going, and then farm up. As they're going for Roshan now as well. Vicious Nasal go level 4, easy minus armor onto Rosh, easy kills. Especially with that Curse of Avernus from the Abaddon helping out additionally. But this Bristleback with an Aegis, with 2k HP, IO, Necrophos, as well as the Abaddon backing him up. Is he gonna die in this game?
He needs to be Chronosphered and then focused down by everyone from Goomba, and then they have to do it twice, so no, I think Illidan is pretty much near unkillable. He's lacking a little bit of armor, which I would like to see a plate mail or even just a chain mail on him, honestly, but he's so tanky with the amount of raw health that he has, plus the sustain from his allies. He's just going to YOLO charge the high ground because he can.
Well, at the very least, there's Aghanim Scepter on the Silencer as well, so definitely going to help out just damage output wise. And I think BKB, yeah, BKB was finished on the Troll Warlord, who's gonna go in balls deep, but the physical damage from Illidan is too much. Reaper Scythe not gonna do anything. There's the Chrono catching 2 with the Global Silence. They're gonna get Necrophos almost immediately. Go Black dropping low as well. They got the Bristleback down once. Can they do it twice? Scandal. He's gonna jump onto ED Silencer, going for the TP out. Might even succeed, and actually does do so as Illidan. He's actually losing a man fight against Faceless Void. A swap back. They need a little bit more time walk. Never mind, chill. Doesn't want to go that aggressive. Doesn't want to lose his life as Vengeful Spirit. Gonna lose his to the last Lightning Bolt. But a pretty good fight for Goomba.
Yeah, they take a really nice Chronosphere. They have Overgrowth on the back end, and Global Silence dropped as well. They spread out VP so far. There was like 3 fights going on. 1 near the trees, 1 in the middle of the lane, and then 1 in the base with the Bristleback. And that's really not what VP want to have. They want to have one giant fight where they have everyone in one spot, where all their healing can hit everyone, and then they'll take a fight from there. But Goomba, they found a small window opportunity where VP positioning was slightly off, and they punished that so hard. They got so many kills, they took out the Aegis as well, and that's certainly not going to be the end of the road for them, as now the Bristleback is even tankier with the Heart, so this is getting pretty scary, but they have fought pretty well, and as long as they can hold without their ultimates, then they'll be fine, but this is where it gets really difficult, because now they're going to look to relocate down to the bottom lane. Here comes Phobos. They do see the Troll and they see the tree. However, it's Phobos taking quite a bit of damage with Magic Missile. They are going to get the Scythe onto Cube. It's not going to kill him off. DK is starting to take quite a bit of damage. He's going to mech up, and he will be just fine. It's going to be Lil taking most of the damage, but he'll relocate back to his base. In the meantime, the Bristleback is going to kill off the Troll. Now he's going to look towards Chill. The TP out attempt from Chill is not going to be enough. The damage is so high. Thunder God's Wrath has been used, although not to much use. It's still 2 down for Goomba, and VP haven't lost anyone. They're going to go for the high ground, knowing that Goomba's ultimates are down.
The Troll actually tried to man-fight Illidan at the moment, but the Heart of Tarrasque plus a little bit of additional backup was a little bit too much. And of course, the last time they fought, the last time they brought Bristleback down that fast, I think, or I'm almost positive that the Wave of Terror was involved. Especially if there's a medallion as well. Bristleback though, 8 armor, it's not much, but it's enough to mitigate Troll Warlord damage. And they lose one Rex. Are they going to lose the second here as well? 20 seconds, still just should be uninterrupted time for them to kind of push.
Well, Illidan's going to charge forward. He's like, my team can take the Raxes. I'm going to go ahead and go kill things. And the tier 3 tower is going to drop. There is going to be respawn in 7 seconds of the Troll Warlord. Then Goomba will be at full strength. They won't have overgrowth, but they'll have everything else. They're going to throw a magic missile first of all, but these melee Rax are taking so much damage. Living armor, going to try to keep it up, but Illidan's right on the front line. The rest of his team so far behind. Nice 3-man Chronosphere from Chill, though. Global Silence to be thrown as well. DK Phobos is not going to get any healing off. No, he's going to get the mech, and he's going to survive for a little bit longer. Now with the IO coming in, he's going to do a lot more damage. Illidan is going to sustain in this fight as well. There goes the IO, but Phobos is still alive. Goldblack's keeping him up. Phobos is still being focused by Chill, but how long he's going to survive doesn't even matter because Illidan, he's just going to town on everybody. As nice as it is to kill off the Necrophos, you have to kill off this Bristleback. You can't just ignore him. He's going to try to go for Cube. He's going to get that kill, and now he's going to look for Arman. Is this going to be the second ultra kill for Illidan? No. Scandal takes that one, but everyone on Goomba, they're down, and this is going to be bottom Raxes at the very least. They could probably get a couple of tier 4s, I think, as well. I mean, they can't get top, unfortunately, but Goomba, they have to make some sort of miraculous defense right now. Going for Goldblack, they're going to throw him up into the air, or Goldblack can throw himself into the air. Shield up on him, but they can't stick on him. They're going to swap him back into Chill, but Illidan's still wailing onto this Faceless Void. He's going to go down very quickly as the relocate is going to bring in DK Phobos. Now they're going to go for Gasha. He is spotted out by Lightning. Reaper Scythe is going to mean no more Treant buyback, even if he did have it. Can't use it. Rax are still alive somehow as Illidan really just wants more kills. This pig cannot be stopped. He's going to BKB. Is it fountain diving time? I think it might be time to walk up the stairs. Yeah, he's going to go for it. He doesn't have any armor, though. I mean, this is really a problem. If he had Assault Cuirass, he'd be able to tank that.
Well, there are still 2 sets of Rax ahead. They might even get the third. Treant no buyback. Faceless Void down as well without one. Or, I guess just Ancient. Screw Mega Creeps. Screw safety. We're just going to go straight off Ancient.
Yeah, I mean, they have a tier 2 to do it also, but they failed to take that one out previously, so it's going to be hard. And Illidan's going to get swapped into the Fountain. They'll be able to bring down the Bristleback once they have the Fountain damage. That's a godlike streak going to the Troll. And VP, I think it's about time to back off and go for top lane. There's no real reason to go for this because, you know, I mean, why would you do that? The Bristleback just needs a little bit of armor, and then he's going to reach that unkillable state. And really, everyone else surviving that Chronosphere was also crucial. I mean, DK Phobos stayed alive for so long, got a whole bunch more death pulses off, and just him staying alive means Heartstopper aura is going to be ticking, and that does do a lot of damage, although it is hard to really see how much. The longer he stays alive, the more damage you're going to be taking.
Oh god, and there's SNY finished on the Bristleback, or, well, for a second before he actually purchased himself that Heaven's Halberd, so don't really know which item he's even going to go for now. I guess SNY it is. Who cares about Heaven's Halberd as DK Phobos runs into QP, or it's the other way around, but who's gonna get the kill in the end? Lil comes in as well to help out. Reaper Scythe actually doesn't get the kill once again. They're failing with the timings of it. They do get the kill anyway. 30 additional seconds on the just respawn. Edie gonna go down. It's not GG yet, but I kind of expect it to be in another 3 minutes maximum.
Yeah, me too. The Bristleback has respawned, and he's juggling a couple items, now TPing up to the top lane. This tier 2 tower is not going to be defended. There's no way Goomba can do it. They need everything right now, and Global Silence was just used. So that's 100 seconds where VP can just A-move, literally A-move into the Goomba's base and just take whatever they want. And oh, they're going to lose Zeus over on the bottom lane. Why was Zeus in the bottom lane? I don't really know, but was Chronosphere used for that? Yeah, it was. Zeus does not have a buyback, so VP are going to be fighting with only 4 heroes up on top, but honestly, I don't even think Zeus is needed right now.
He really isn't, especially now that there's BKB on both the Troll and Faceless Void picks it up after the Zeus kill here. So, yes, it would be nice to blow up the supports, or once the BKB is in, I still think Illidan should be just man enough. 3.2k HP after all.
Yeah, I would so love to see like a plate mail on him. Gosh, he's gonna walk right forward. He's gonna get a huge overgrowth on him. DK Phobos and Lil are gonna get tried up very quickly. DK is not gonna be able to get anything off. Now Illidan and Goldblack awkwardly left without a team. Goomba's focus fire in this fight was just impeccable. They annihilated the Io and the Necrovos so quickly. Illidan's still very tanky. He's going to want to play games with the enemy, but for how long? He's going to turn around and try to go for chill, but now with the Troll Warlord changing his focus, he's going to be forced to back away. Golblack's still alive, but I don't think he can last very long. He does still have borrowed time. VP, they're not going to fight this one 2v4. They're strong, for sure, but they're not that strong.
This battle trance, it's so sick. The heroes literally melted. They kind of need Ghost Scepters, at least Io should go for one. He's picked up an Ogre Club, so might either be a BKB just to make sure he can actually get spells off after the Global Silence, or might even be Heaven's Halberd or something, but God, just the physical damage, if they have the Battle Trance. They have a Vladimir's Offering on Armen as well on the Troll. Definitely gonna help out with just getting additional damage and a lifesteal. And to be honest, if Virtus Pro aren't too careful, they haven't won quite yet. I still think it's going to be extremely hard for Goomba to come back, and should be almost impossible, but I've seen weirder things happen, I guess.
And this is really where the lack of armor is desperately hurting VP. They have a mech on the Necrophos. That's certainly very nice, but they need Vlads, they need Assault Cuirass, they need some way to deal with this onslaught of damage once the Troll Warlord hits his ultimate key. You're going to be taking a lot of physical. That's just what happens when you have a Troll in the field. And with no Assault Cuirass and no Shiva's Guard for the minus attack speed, no Vlads. Do they even have a Ring of Basilius? I don't think they do, so VP, they just need more armor. If they take that, then they'll be able to survive the most aggressive part of Goomba's game plan, which is jump forward with the Time Walk, try to drop a Chronosphere on someone, pop Battle Trance, and then kill as many people as we can. If you survive that, you probably are going to win the fight. But if you can't, then that's exactly what we just saw is going to constantly happen.
Well, looking at the graphs now as well, they have stabilized net worth, about 7,500 in the favor of Virtus Pro for some time now. XP dropping down a little bit, down to 5,000. Not a huge lead, 33 minutes in, but still, being 2 racks behind Goomba, even if they win a fight, how can they just reach the counter objectives?
I really don't know. They're going to have to take a hugely decisive fight, and that is going to involve killing off this Bristleback very fast, which is pretty difficult. He now has his plate mail. It's about frickin' time, Illidan, so he's going to be so much tankier right now, and this is going to be very difficult for Goomba. Fortunately for them, VP, they're going to play this a little bit slowly, and Golblack is going to run into potentially a little bit of trouble, although, no, they're not going to initiate on him. They lose vision, because he does go up to the high ground, but Roshan is going to be the next huge point of contention. That's pretty much where Goomba are going to potentially lose the game if they drop a Roshan fight, or stay alive for another 2, 3, maybe up to even 10 minutes if they do take Roshan and a good fight following. So that's going to be so important. In just a couple seconds, we're going to see the Roshan respawn, and then we're going to see if Goomba can actually contest it or take it for themselves.
By the way, what do you think of double lifesteal on the Troll? He went for a Helm of Dominator as well.
I mean, you don't really get Vlad's for the lifesteal, but it does give you that. He's not having to deal with that much enemy crowd control effects, so I guess it's pretty good. I mean, there's no reason. I think it's fine. I mean, the lack of stuns of VP means that you're going to be getting right clicks pretty much no matter what, and you're doing some pretty serious damage anyway, so yeah, I think it's not too bad.
I just think Vlad's could have been picked up by somebody else, or although looking at Treant, he's not getting anything. He's been trying to go for a mech for a pretty long while, only has a Buckler finished. So maybe the Silencer could have gone for one, not the most optimal item for a Silencer to be honest, but Roshan goes down, Aegis is gonna be on TK Phobos, he has a BKB finished up as well. His Reaper Scythe should be all but guaranteed really, although so far I think we've seen one proper Reaper Scythe kill, the last other 3 or so have just failed to kill the target.
Yeah, I think he only got it on the Stream Protector, and that's about it. It's been a nice stun for sure for VP. They're going to catch the Vengeful Spirit now as well. Phobos right into the ground, but here's the Chronosphere, and Phobos is going to get annihilated, but this time he has Aegis, so that's exactly why they went for that Roshan. Now Illidan in the BKB form, how he's going to get overgrown, and now he can't do anything. He's getting wailed upon by both Armen and Chill. He's taking so much damage to sustain. This is going to be enough. He's going to get relocated out. He's going to be just fine. Now Phobos is going to be the target, though. He doesn't have that much armor. He's going to try to sustain his way out of this. Now here comes Scandal right to the middle of everything with a whole bunch of magic damage. That's going to be the Faceless Void down. The Treant to fall as well. Now Armen is going to be brought down. Edie is going to try to man fight versus Scandal. He's going to swapped out by Cube, but the Magic Missile's dodged by Eul Scepter, and now Edie and Vengeful Spirit both going to fall. The only hero alive for Goomba is the Troll. The Aegis is that pretty much secured VP the game.
Without the Aegis, I think it would have been just easy fight win for Goomba. They focus fire pretty nicely. They even brought Illidan down low enough for Lil to have to relocate him out for a little while. But just the sustain in the end, a little bit too much, and the Aegis Oh god. But I have to say, Goomba, they fought pretty damn well, to be honest. And if they just had like another 5 minutes or so before they lost their first Rex, I think it even would have been game, because their damage output was getting to some pretty ridiculous levels.
Yeah, unfortunately, your damage output needs to be very high and very consistent, and really most of their damage came when the Global Silence was up. That was when they could actually do damage, and it has a pretty long cooldown, so they kind of dug their own grave with that one, but it was still Goomba putting up a decent fight.
Definitely did, but it's a best of 3 after all, so Goomba, they definitely have a chance to just kind of come back into the series. Versus Pro Polar though, they definitely want to just end this with a 2-0. And whoever wins this series also will face, I think, Hellraisers in the semi-final. So not going to be an easy matchup there, waiting for them either. But of course, the deeper you go into the playoffs, the tournament, the harder it's going to get anyway. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to follow us on Hefla TV, the social media. Facebook and Twitter are both just /Hefla TV. And of course, you can always support this tournament by purchasing the ticket. 100% of the funds from it will go to charity for the Red Cross. So it's for a good cause, guys. But see you in game number 2.